Better off it, I apply common sense. My deposits lately really don't look the most promising. Pastor said, look within, you ain't missing not a cent. Coach reassured with 1821, the prophet said, power in the tongue, and now use mind to make it not your head. For your self-empowerment, to find your winning godliness. I can't judge, but I consider all the times that I repent. Trying to line on 7 up my chakras, word to Michael Vick. I can't tell if this a prophecy or just monopoly. Hopefully I achieve both soon enough so my grandma see. We can celebrate like New Year's Day with fish and collard greens. Swimming in them greenbacks, just don't do the laundry, please. I don't know what you want from me, but I need just a little reciprocity. And I don't know what you want from me, but I need just a little reciprocity. Just a little reciprocity. Just a little reciprocity. And I don't know what you want from me. Just a little reciprocity.
Welcome back to another episode of With Audacity, y'all. The podcast where we educate, promote, and uplift our community, doing everything unapologetically and with audacity. Yeah. And today we are talking about cashing out, just throwing it in the bag. I'm just kidding. Throwing it in the bank, making smart decisions with your money, saving your money, and having some goals for yourself. And
generational wealth.
Growth, baby. Growth. So today we have a special guest with us. Our boo Kyla Simone is in the building.
That's my friend, y'all.
Kyla Simone, sexy Simone, if you really know her.
That's her name.
I heard.
But she's here for her professional capacity.
Correct. Right. Kyla Simone is in the building. We brought her in to give us some tips on how we need to be saving for future goals, saving for retirement. So we're going to dive into that in a little bit. So yeah, we're super excited that she's with us today. Hey, Kyla.
Hello. Thank you, love. But you know, at first we like to make y'all think, want to sit down, get into your little brain space. And hit you with the check-in question. So, Dr. Jazz, what you got for them?
Yes, and y'all know y'all can take this check-in question to your people to continue the conversation. So, yeah, I want to know, what historical event do you wish that you witnessed firsthand and why? That's a deep question. Mm-hmm. I know I always go back to, look, I'm going to start first. I always...
Y'all can go after me.
Y'all can go after me. I always go back to when I'm thinking about, back in history, our ancestor I want to visit. It's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the historical event I'd like to visit is his last speech at the Masonry in Memphis, right when he gave the speech about being at the mountaintop. And that speech, just listening to it, I can feel the vibration. So I cannot imagine being in the room and having an opportunity to just go up afterwards and ask him, because I'm always that person after a lecture. If I hear something good, I need to follow up. Can you tell me more about what you've seen at the mountaintop? What can I do to pick up the torch to continue us to the promised land? So that's my historical event. You want to go?
Thank you for letting us talk.
Look, there we go. You want to go, Kyla? That's just something in my heart, y'all, for real.
Okay, but no, I felt that, because you get chills. Like, if you ever heard it, you get chills just listening and like being there, being a witness. That's something absolutely wild. Yeah, Kyla.
Well, now this one was deep and hard, but I will say that one historical event that I wish that I could have witnessed firsthand would be the ribbon cutting and opening of the National Museum of
in
African
DC?
in DC. I just feel like that would have been such an amazing, time, very heartwarming, heartfelt, just to see what our ancestors have went through, overcame. And I think it's the biggest museum, right?
I think so. Well, dedicated to
African Americans.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I definitely wish I could have witnessed that or been there.
Okay.
That's sweet.
We talking about climbing mountaintop. Then Kyla said that is the mountaintop.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Boy, look at this.
That.
I love that.
And that I've been there once, and I have to go back because I didn't get to see half of it. But it's amazing. Like, when you talk about a girl's trip, that would be part of the
We
girl's
definitely
trip.
need to do that.
Yeah.
Count me in. Y'all know I'm your friend.
Yes. We did not invite you.
Right, that wasn't saying everybody but Dr.
Everybody.
Anyway, what you want to see?
Lawyer Chaz, what you got?
So when I originally thought about this, I was like, what would I really want to see? And I always say, I just want to go back and be my granny's friend. Like, that's the moment in history that I want.
You're like 17 again.
Yeah, like 17 again. That movies with Tia and Tamara got to go back. But I'm like, that's a historical moment for me because I know Maddie was out there cutting up. But if I can't do that, basing it off the question that was posed, what moment in history would I want? I honestly, because I've been so empowered by women and women in politics and women in history and women just breaking these glass ceilings and women breaking barriers, I would like to go back and witness Shirley Chisholm back in her day.
Okay.
So I think that she was a front runner. I think that she was a bit of a game changer. Yes. I think that she was an audacious lady. So I think that I would like to go back and just hear some of her speeches, see her when she was running, and I think I would just like to go back and just be in that time and just, be in the era when Shirley was just on her game and out here in the political arena. That's what I would.
I could imagine being on her campaign
I know.
trail. What?
I know. That's what I would like to see.
That's a dope one.
Shirley.
All right.
Yeah.
What you got, Dr. Wood?
I thought about this one, and I was like, okay, I like history. I'm more into like the policy side of like different laws and when they were passed. And most of the laws that have really affected me as a Black woman have been passed during my span of history since like the 90s. So I was thinking, like, honestly, I don't have one that I would want to go back to just because if I say, okay, when women's suffrage was signed into law, well, that didn't affect Black women. Like, okay, let's say the emancipation of slavery. Okay, yeah, but that didn't hit everyone. Like, Texas didn't get it till Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's and then when you get emancipated, you still look around and you're like, okay, and now what? Like, now I'm kicked off land. Exactly. So to me, it was a double-edged sword. Like, oh yeah, it would be great to see these people in their prime, but at the same time, I think we're living in one of the parts of history that is a game changer. Yeah. And we're changing the paradigm as I'm living now. So I think I'm very lucky to be here. So the answer to my real question was just like, I don't have it, because we're able to live through a lot of good and a lot of bad, but also a lot of good. So I'm happy with what I've been able to live with as I've been going on in my 20-some years of life.
And the best is yet to come.
That's right. Because
that's
I believe.
right.
Okay. That we're going to put some policy on
That's
these
right.
books.
That's right.
There we go. I love it. Well, before we get into our actual guest here, I want to shout out our musical artist.
Yes.
Yeah, that we heard at the top of the hour, Jazz. You want to introduce him?
Yes, that was Brenton Story. Okay. And you can find him on Instagram at Brent_S. So yeah, that was Brenton Story. He was great. Y'all find him on IG and check out the rest of his music, y'all.
Yep. Okay. And I know I referred to this piece up here. If you're watching us on YouTube, we got a visual artist.
Yes, these pieces are phenomenal. Our visual artist for this episode was DeAndre Burns, and you can find him on Instagram at Art by Andre Jamal. And so these are just a few of his pieces, but all of them are dope. I can't say enough how dope I think that they are. So yeah, y'all gonna find him on IG if you wanna order some more. Like, he's phenomenal. So yeah.
We're talking about historical events. Like,
and then look at the...
I know, right? Right in front
right on time.
Yeah.
Right on time. Now what time is it for
Kyla?
The baby.
So like we said, this is our friend Kyla. I've known Kyla since the 3rd grade. And I'm so proud of the woman she's become.
Oh my God.
But no, I'm joking. She's here with her professional capacity, and we would love for her to introduce herself and really speak to what she does for a living and what she's hoping to do further on, and why she's here trying to help us cash out, but actually is really cashing in into our own wealth and investing in ourselves. So, Kyla, if you don't mind introducing yourself and letting us know how you're killing the game.
Talk to the people.
Well, my name is Kyla Westry. I am a AUM graduate with a bachelor's degree in liberal arts with a double minor in psychology and sociology. Currently, I am a retirement counselor that works in the RSA 1 division with the Retirement Systems of Alabama.
Yes.
So the RSA 1 division is pretty much the investment side of the retirement.
So break that down for us, like day to day, what are you helping people do with their retirement? Like what should they be doing with their retirement, and what the heck is RSA 1 for people who don't know?
Okay, so RSA 1 is pretty much a 457B deferred compensation plan.
Say what?
Break it down for the people.
Where members can decide, a certain amount they would like deducted from their paycheck to be invested in our portfolios. We have stocks, bonds, and then the short-term investment fund. So it's not their actual retirement account, it's just a side investment account, so more money to save for retirement.
So is it like a 401k, or is it another version of a 401k?
It's not a 401k because this 457 plan is voluntary, so they don't have to sign up for it. And it's what they choose, like the amount that they want to come out of their check to be invested. So it's still an investment account.
Okay, so when they put that initial investment in, can they take it out at any time, or they have to wait until they are retired to get some of those dividends?
Yeah, they actually have to wait until they're officially retired or separated from service. So it's not an account that's easily accessible, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So people can't just be going
unless it's due to like a financial hardship, that's the only way they could really withdraw from it. And even then, they will have to complete paperwork, send in documents and stuff.
And you have a penalty with that.
It's not a penalty for a financial hardship.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Don't kick you while you're down.
So we're talking about, like we said, we're talking about cashing in. So that's one of the ways that Kyla helps people by making sure that your retirement has several ways of income,
yes.
right? Because a lot of times we want to say, oh, I want to have multiple streams of income. But how are you going to do that? And most of the time, when you do that, you have to start doing that now. You can't retire at 65 thinking you about to have multiple streams of income if you ain't been putting cookies to the side. So that's what my girl Kyla is doing. Gotcha.
How long have you been doing this, my girl?
It has been 5 years and 8 months.
Wow. Ooh. Nobody's counting.
All right.
I had a time where I was working with retirement with teachers, and a lot of them were younger in my age, and it was a voluntary program, but the office that I was working for paid in a percentage. So like they matched up to 4% of your, salary. Do you have any suggestions about that, or, any advice?
Well, I can't really say, because with this plan, they don't match because it follows the market. So your money does have the potential to gain interest, but also lose it as well. So it just depends on how the market goes. And we post interest once a month. So it's compounded interest for that month.
Okay. So not like a stock that's daily type of thing. I like that. It's another option. Thank you for introducing yourself, and I feel like giving us a little taste, a little lesson. We educating the people.
For sure.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to check us in, JS? I feel like we already talking about spending money.
Yeah.
Or saving money.
I feel like saving is a thing that we definitely should do. Yeah, but I feel like in your 20s, you can make a lot of mistakes. And even in your 30s too, shoot. I know a lot of people who make mistakes because there are things that you just like to spend money way too freely on.
Most definitely.
You like to just go and start shopping. And I've told y'all before in one of the episodes, I like stuff. So there's that.
Yeah.
What is something that y'all feel that y'all spend money like way too frivolously and freely on? Like y'all be like, oops, shouldn't have done that this month. Gonna try again next month. Like,
you got some.
Kyla, where we gonna start with you?
Definitely food and home decor. I don't need any more home decor, but I just buy it just to buy it.
It look cute.
It's very cute.
The aesthetic is so cute. It is.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Food for me, I cook like I got a whole family, y'all. Just always buying too much, cooking too much. Gotta save food, put it up, store it or give it away. Definitely needs to decrease my food budget.
At least you buying like cooked food to cook.
Yeah.
I'm just buying Chick-fil-A to eat.
Right.
Zoe's Kitchen.
You're not lying.
Moe's. You see the list of chicken sandwich.
I don't have those options readily
Sponsor me.
available. I would have to come out here to get those. So I guess that might be. And my options are limited, so I cook a lot.
Kara, what about you?
I would also say food.
Food for what?
Food for 100 Alex. R.I.P. Y'all be saying this stuff like y'all don't know it till I say it. But yeah, I definitely would say food, or like I said, books that I don't read, books that are just stacking.
Man.
Yeah. But I'm getting there.
In the reading or the not buying the food?
Both.
Oh.
I have limited myself to only buying food outside the home once a week.
Okay.
And I have done okay.
It's a start.
I've done okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You say Chick-fil-A, Jazz.
Zoe's is close. Moe's. Chicken
So
salad
food.
chick.
So
It's food. That sounds like I don't cook ever.
Don't and tell the truth. Shoes.
Oh.
Now, why would you say that?
Because I allowed you time. I allowed you time. And you were just dancing all around.
All right. Well, I think we've spent enough time on that.
I like your lipstick too.
Oh, wow.
It is very pretty.
Me and Jazz looking like the Doublemint twins out here, y'all.
Y'all look so
we ain't
cute.
mean to though.
Did not.
It's not on
Yes.
purpose.
But anyway, back to cashing in. To cashing in. Kyla, do you have like a budget, or do you say like, okay, I'm gonna put this amount of money back into myself or to my savings? Do you have that where you're like, okay, 30% goes to savings, 30% goes to balling out, 50% goes to my bills? Do you have something like that set into place?
Yes, so I do have a budget, but it's hard staying to the budget. It's a process, but I'm getting better at it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I definitely do have a budget. Like, I have to budget for eating out, for saving, for spending, trips, anything like that.
Okay, are you a spreadsheet type of person?
I just usually write it down, or I use this app called Fudget.
Budget?
Mm-hmm.
Spell that out for the people.
Fudget. Just like budget, but with an F.
Okay.
It's
Budget?
fun. It's fun to budget.
Okay. So do you do a monthly budget, or do you do a yearly budget? Like, how often do you like go in and be like, okay, let me get my coins together?
I do a monthly because I get paid twice a month. So I do the 1st and then I do the 16th.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Efficiency.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get like this, right? And so then what I also have learned is that, like, when you say I'm gonna put 30% into savings, put it into a savings that you can't draft from. So, like, basically, I would put my savings into an account that I don't even have a card for.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
See, because we do it and we'll put it in the savings and then be like, ooh, transfer.
Exactly. And that's when we mess up. That's when we mess
Yeah,
up.
that's where we mess up. So that's one of the little nuggets of definitely is like, okay, make sure that you have a percentage that you're putting away every month, and make sure you're having a percentage that you cannot touch.
Yeah.
Because we like to touch.
Yes.
Because I asked that because if you're doing a voluntary retirement, it sounds like that's something that you have to budget for.
Yeah.
And so is that something, like you said, they do a percentage out of each check?
Mm-hmm. So it depends because it's taken out before they can even see it.
Oh.
And that's what helps.
Okay, so it's like insurance.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you don't even know you're missing that money.
Exactly.
That's good.
Okay. See, and that's what you have to That's what you have to do for yourself. Just take it out, put it in the bank that you don't remember, and then, that's it. All right. I look at y'all. I'm trying really hard to be. I think I'm very frugal. Actually, I don't know if everybody else agrees with that, but I think I'm very frugal. Okay. So, Miss Kyla, what do you think about budgeting a good credit? Do you think that has to be taught in school? Because I know that a lot of us don't know about credit until it's too late. Like, as in a credit score.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that that's something that you have to, put in school with all the other things that we learn that goes down the drain because we don't do anything with it?
I definitely think that is something that should be taught in school. Really high school. Start off there. Because having good credit is important. And budgeting is important as well. Because once we find out about it, it's almost too late.
Yep.
So we're digging ourselves out of a hole that could have been avoided.
Yep. I feel like we don't honestly find out or try to be good at it or try to do something about it until we're already in bad shape.
Exactly.
Or it's like, ooh, I need some money, or I'm trying to buy something, or I want to make this purchase. And then you realize, oh wait, I'm gonna need good credit, or I'm gonna need to have this amount of money saved, or I'm gonna need this. Oh wait, I want to retire by that age. Like, you don't, you just.
So can you explain what a credit score is? Because I think everyone knows what those little numbers are, but it's like, how is your credit score affected?
It's affected. It depends on the amount of, I guess, maybe credit cards you have, debt you have. Pretty much the higher your credit score is, the more willing like financial institution, lenders, banks are willing to, you know, give you a loan. And you also get better APR rates, interest rates, and you also get lower monthly payments as well. So the higher your credit score, the better. The lower, you know, you will be paying more over time. Those interest rates, that's what really affects people when it comes to credit. And that's why it's also hard to build your credit back up. So it's not like an easy process. So yeah, those credit scores are important.
Yeah, so when you miss those payments, like that's affecting your credit score. So every time you have a late payment, a missed payment, you know, something, they repost something or anything like that, it affects your credit score. So then it goes down. And like you said, it's harder to build it back up because then your interest rate is higher, and therefore you're paying more on interest than you're paying on principal sometimes.
Yes.
And principal is what you're actually owing in order to like rightly own whatever you're trying to purchase, like if it's a car. So like, thank you for that, because I think a lot of times people get a bunch of credit cards, and with each credit card it affects your like with each application of a credit card, it can affect your credit score. So then if you have, let's say, 5 credit card applications in a small amount of time, it's going to bring it down. Then you're not paying it on time. That's going to bring it down. Or you're only paying the minimum of what they suggest. If you're only paying the minimum, about half of what you're paying is just interest.
Exactly.
Which means that you're paying longer and paying more for whatever you bought. So I think it's really important to say, yeah, you need a credit card at an early age, but you don't need to use it.
Exactly.
And I explained this to my cousin. I was trying to explain this to my cousin the other day because, I remember someone telling me, Carrie, you need to get a credit card. And I was like, for what? And it was like, because eventually you're going to want an apartment, or you're going to want a house, or you're going to want a car. And if you don't have anything on your credit score, that's like no proof to say that you can pay for something on time. So you have to prove to people that you can pay stuff on time. And that's what your credit report is. And then if you pay it on time, you have a higher score, and that's your credit score. I think that that's very important.
It's very important
for younger people to know that that's why you get a credit card, to build your credit score. Not so you can buy stuff.
Exactly.
If you can't buy it in cash, don't use your credit card.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wait till the payment post. Wait till that cycle's over and pay it in full.
That's right.
I agree.
I agree as well.
That is how we live in. So yeah, I think that, to me, that was that. I feel like that's something that education that we don't get.
We definitely. I know I didn't get it.
I didn't get it, and I feel like if it's not necessarily taught in the home, or you don't get it from your parents, then it's something that you can miss easily. So do y'all feel like y'all made bad mistakes along the way with money management or credit cards, and y'all learn like bad lessons from it? I mean, I know I did personally. Being transparent, I most certainly did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody want to share a story?
I mean, I was married before, so you know, when you into a partnership, whatever that person signed up for, it's on you. And that person didn't have a job, and it was like, where did these credit cards come from? I didn't sign up for this, but you know,
man,
that was 7 years ago, so that done rolled off my credit, baby. Bow. I made sure my mother took care of a lot of things and, settled or, paid what we could type of thing. But there's so many options, y'all. Don't just be sitting there swimming in debt and feel like you can't get out. There are so many options. Talk to somebody older, talk to a financial advisor, talk to somebody at your job that is, in finance. Like, there's so many options. I feel like all been there, done that. I feel like I got a million stories because,
yeah,
child,
me too.
It's so
Kyla,
easy.
any hard lessons you had to learn from either credit mismanagement, money mismanagement, anything like that?
Yeah, I've made a few mistakes. And I think one of my main mistakes is I'm one of those people that will spend money and, well, I'm going to get paid in 2 weeks or it's tax season. And I've learned that you can't do that. My mom has always taught me, do not count on money that you can't physically see or touch yet. And that was my mindset. And also you only live once. If you die tomorrow, you can't take the money with you. But that doesn't mean to go, max out my credit card.
Yep, right.
So definitely it's plenty of stories.
Yeah,
Plenty.
for sure. Yeah,
You want to
You asking everybody else to get to the pool.
I know they like, well, Jazz, you done brought it up. What you gotta say, baddie? No, I mean, it's not always been, you have to be, I'm thankful for where I am now, but shoot, I have made mistakes and been like, ooh, that's ugly. And I remember coming out of law school, I mean, that was, college broke is one thing. Law school broke was a whole different story, I feel. Because then you're an adult, not working full time and still trying to manage life. And it was like after I had to and I'm thankful for the support that I did have, but it's like you still can't, people can't fully support you as an adult. Like you still have to do things on your own. And so I remember I did have a credit card and I did good with managing it. I feel like up until like my last year or until I was about to graduate, and then y'all know so many expenses come. And then I had to take like a trip or two, and you're like, oh, I put that plane ticket on there and then I'll pay that off next time. But then when you put like 2 trips on there,
and that interest come on it.
And then that interest comes, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta pay for both
That's
of
what
those.
really gets you, the interest.
And I was like, ooh, okay. And then it was like, oh yeah, I gotta pay for that graduate stuff. I just put that on there. All of a sudden, I was like, oh wait, I'm drowning in this.
Right, yeah, the monster
Flipper
tank.
not going too good. Flipper can't swim.
Oh man.
So I'm just, and it was a hard lesson that I had to learn. It was hard to come out of, and it was just like, you can't do this no more. Like because it was a mistake, and you learn from it, and you just like, okay, that's not how you gonna manage that anymore. So, it happens, but we here now.
It's about the growth.
Growth.
Exactly. So I think that so I don't have any battle stories. I'll just say, I don't have any battle. I told you I'm frugal. I try very hard to
care like Ted Cruz off of everybody.
Right.
This costs $3.84.
Turn that light off. You got all the lights on? Like literally, my sister be rolling hard. Like her eyes be rolling on the floor. Why you got all the lights on? But I think that one of the things that I'm not a financial advisor, y'all. I don't think I ever took a finance class actually, but I realized that I want to do stuff with my money, and I want to do it now, and I also want to do it then. Then being if I get to retirement age. And so one of the things that I'm doing is like I created my own RSA 1 account that you have been talking about, which is like a Roth IRA, which is an investment retirement account, and you can do this with any type of financial institution, and you just put money in, and you put money in every month, and they'll buy the stocks, and you can actually buy the stocks if you want to be hands-on. Like I said, I didn't take a finance class, so I have it that I have like at a moderate
risk level.
Yes. And they're buying the stocks, and I can see it go up and down. And sometimes my stock goes up, sometimes my stock goes down. But the premise of it is that if you keep on putting money into it, then it's gonna grow anyway.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can't touch, and you get it at like age 59.
Yeah.
There's a limit on it. You can only put like $6,000 in every year, which is like, ooh, that's not that much, but it actually is, because
it is.
Think about that.
Yeah, when you think
Over
about
time.
like how much you're putting in every month and how much is going to be taken from The great thing is they're taking it out, just like you said. They take it out automatically. You forget that money is going out, and then you can fluctuate how much is going in. So say that you got a bonus at work. You don't want to put it all in, but you want to up it. Okay, up it to $200 a month. Okay, you had to have an emergency surgery. Lower it down to $25. Like you can do everything like that. So that's something that I have learned just trying to educate myself is to do an IRA. Another thing that I've learned is a high yield savings account, which is almost about the same thing, except you're not going to be penalized if you take that money out. And it's high yield because it's a higher interest rate. So regular interest rates that we have in just your regular Wells Fargo accounts are like 0.01, and that's why you only get like 10 cent at the end of the year. 10 cent a year? Yeah, 10 cent at the end of the year. With the high yield, it's like it's higher, and that's according to the markets and everything. But either way, you're getting compounded interest, and it's higher. And if worse comes to worse, and you got to take it out for whatever reason, you can take it out versus the IRA where you can't. So those are two things that were my lessons learned that didn't have to come from a mistake, but just kind of asking people, what you do with your money? You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of person when you're like, oh, I need to go up and ask that person. I'm that person like, hey, I realize you're making more money than I'm making right now. So what are they telling you to do with your money? Because
I want to do that too.
I'm doing that just at a smaller scale. Like you might be making, let's say 3 times as much as I'm making, but that don't mean I can't make my money flip too.
Yeah,
I'm making my money flip as well. Sure. And so those are two things for sure. Like if you have something at your job, Kyla's whole background, she got you. But if not, or if you just want to do it separately anyway, you can do an IRA, which is a Roth that's helpful for people who are younger. They also have like a traditional one for those who are older, or you can do a high yield savings account.
Or all of the above.
All of the above.
I was about to say, you could honestly do all of the above.
Yeah. Because like you said, those are how you get those multiple streams of income. And you're saying like, yeah, I'm like, you might be out, let's say $200 a month, but it's $200 a month that's gonna flip in 20 years. So then you're getting back $400 a month. And that's what I'm trying to work towards, because I'm trying to be on the island somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just saying. But anyway, I think this would be a great time for some music.
I think we're at a good point for a break, and we'll be back.
In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion. To whom it may concern, God bless you. Gotta crash and burn for these lessons learned. To whom it may concern, God bless you. Gotta bless you, you just gotta wait your turn. But to whom it may concern, God bless you. Gotta crash and burn for these lessons learned. To whom it may concern, God bless you. To whom it may concern, God bless you, baby. Pledge allegiance to my blood, peace and spirit. Overflow with sinning, but this ain't no repentance. Can't continue concealing this light of God in my image, but I'm only human, so I keep scribbling every blemish. Grandma raised a Christian, kindergarten quoting scriptures. Not sure exactly when I start questioning his existence. Like, is heaven figment of human incomprehension? And does hell apply to those who follow some other religion? And what's the logic of melanated descendants to follow a book that's given by those who gave us some whippings? Unless it dates back to Kemet with hieroglyphics. And who's the real Jesus if we keep changing it?
All right, guys, and we are back. And y'all just heard from Brinston's story. Y'all be sure to check him out.
Yes.
He's dope.
He dope. We appreciate
like
it.
the young people say with them dope. Is that still a thing?
We are still young. Anyway.
Every time you say that, I feel old.
I know, right?
Y'all remember?
I feel like I'm forever young, but whatever.
But then you keep saying,
I know.
But how do young people say it?
Anyway, thank you so much for those gems, Kyla, all that information you gave us. And now we're going to give the people a little bit more information. It's Dr. Wood's favorite part.
Yes!
Today in Black History.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right, y'all, today is April 20th. And we got a couple birthdays to celebrate. And then one legislation piece I'd like to enter.
Oh, so you about to drop a couple of gems.
So 3 birthdays I'd like to mention. One musician, well, 2 of them are musicians. Lionel Hampton. If you don't know who he is, he actually played for Louis Armstrong, the the vibraphone. I can't never say it right. You know, I'm not a musician, y'all. But it was a percussion instrument that he played behind Louis when he was singing. But there's also somebody I know y'all know, Luther. Oh. It's Luther Vandross's birthday, y'all.
This was for my mama.
This was for your mama.
House is not a home.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Luther. And we got a Tuskegee Airman's birthday today, y'all.
Tuskegee.
Yes, Mr. Howard Wooten, okay, one of the fine Tuskegee Airmen. But now that we've celebrated a few birthdays, I'd like to go to April 20th, 1971, when the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the use of busing to achieve racial desegregation in schools. Racial, okay? Where, you know, they were saying that schools can be desegregated, but since there were black children living in black neighborhoods, only black children were going to that school. So they decided unanimously at the Supreme Court to say we can use buses to continue to desegregate. So there y'all go.
And if y'all remember, this was brought up in the presidential debate when Kamala dropped that bomb on Joe. And everybody was like, whoa! like it didn't like it didn't happen.
Like it wasn't
like it didn't happen. And now look at them.
There we are. So yeah, that was it today in Black History.
Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Come on, Luther. I'm sorry. Everybody.
And then she gonna be like, "Come on, Luther,"
because I feel like y'all don't know. I was raised on Luther.
I thought you were about to say I was raised with Luther. I feel like, whoa.
No. I was raised on Luther. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Jazz, also tell them who our charity for the month is.
Oh yeah, our charity, y'all, is the National Black Food and Justice Alliance. It is an organization that organizes other organizations. It is an alliance of black people fighting for food justice. So farms, organizations, retail spaces. Y'all check them out, blackfoodjustice.org.
All right.
Coolio.
Yay.
Thank you. All right, so that's going to be our charity of the month. And is it anything else that we have to say? I feel like, once again, this is a bomb episode. Where it's just like we are dropping knowledge. Boom, boom. Are you catching it?
I always say get your merch. Just want to put that out there.
Okay, spend a little cash.
While we're saving, also spend so it can go to that great charity. That's all I want.
Yeah. And then you can take that off of your taxes. You see, we trying to.
It all works out.
We spending it like that.
Yeah. Anyway,
get your merch.
You got some resources to leave with the people, Kyla?
Yes.
So I do, since I actually work for RSA1, I did bring my member handbook.
Yes.
It's not a hard read actually at all. It just pretty much goes over, you know, the eligibility, the enrollment, you know, your options, designating beneficiaries, tax information. So if you guys need more, you know, information on RSA1, just give me a call.
And this is anybody in Alabama?
Well,
you have to work for the state.
Yeah, you have to work for the state of Alabama.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know y'all know state workers.
Yeah, so.
And y'all got a contact? We can contact you?
Yeah, so my number is 334-517-7000. And you can just ask to speak to me. I'm the only Kyla in the department.
Come on.
And they'll just transfer you right over.
The one and only.
The one and only, baby.
Okay, the only Kyla in the building.
Yes. But if you don't work in the state of Alabama, you should definitely look. If you're a state worker, you should definitely look into whether they have accounts like that.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah.
So I have a resource, and I brought a little book. It is The Power of Zero, and it goes more into detail of what I was talking about like the IRA and just making sure that you're getting the most out of your money and putting the money aside to go ahead and make the most out of your money in retirement.
Okay.
Another resource is the Budgetista. And y'all probably have heard of her because she's streamed.
I see her all online.
Yeah,
I've never heard of her.
All online. And you can just sign up for like courses that you do have to pay for these, but you can sign up for courses. But you can definitely find this book, The Power of Zero. We're gonna do our book list, and this will be part of our book list. So definitely look at these resources. Look at my girl Kyla if you are a state worker in the great state of Alabama. And basically if anything, y'all, please invest in yourself.
Yes.
That is what,
pay yourself first. When you
Right.
get paid, pay yourself first.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
we have been talking about investing yourself in self-care.
Yes.
And about dating, people and making sure they're the right people, and fitness, getting your mind, your spirit, your body right, but you also have to make sure that dollar works for you.
Cash out on you.
Ooh.
Exactly.
That's it.
I love it.
Ooh.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all already know to follow us on all streaming platforms. Turn on your post notifications so you are always plugged in to With Audacity, so you can stay in tune with all of these lovely books.
Yes.
And you can see our book list for the season. Y'all already know, so follow us everywhere on your MySpace. Put us on your top 8. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Email us.
Email us all at With Audacity. Follow me at You Love Jazz.
Okay.
Hit 'em, Kara.
Flips for Kara Woods.
And I'm Magnolia Soldier, SOULJA_ or Dr. Jazz 2020.
And I am sexy with an I _ Simone.
Yes. We told y'all, baddies in the building. Baddies. Oh gosh.
Man.
Lord.
I couldn't even try to be a baddie.
We're normal baby.
Off what they had.
Yes, and thanks again to our music artists.
Yes, thanks to our music artist, Brinston Story. Thank you to our lovely visual artists. Everybody was just so dope to this episode. And thank you, Kyla Simone. So yeah, if you guys need anything about retirement, if you're a state worker, y'all hit Kyla up. So yeah, anybody got anything else?
Cash out on yourself.
Cash out on yourself.
With some merch.
Shop your merch, you guys, so we can go to our wonderful charity of the month.
Yes.
So yeah, we out this thing, man.
Peace, love, and soul.
Bye, baby.
You cut them off. About a semester went by, now I'm back from my stay out of town. Cap in the gown. We graduated together and made both our family proud. Okay, and now, fast for a couple of days, now we taking a ride through the town. She tell me how she was involved with somebody, but it was a waste of her time. Said that she know she was wrong for it, that's why she used to feel bad when she see me around. Wasn't no need of pretending I didn't remember how figured we living in now. Did until one night I stayed with her, she slammed the door in my face while she kicking me. Yeah. That just me keeping it simple and flying. She ballin' your card if you feeling the same. Oh shit.
That just me keeping it simple and flying. She ballin' your card if you feeling the same. Oh shit.
Everyone's listening and watching you now.
Oh my God. Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?